Company Constitution. In the company constitution, there are Memorandum of Association (MOA) and Articles of Association (AOA). A Memorandum of Association is a legal document prepared in the formation and registration process of a limited liability company to define its relationship with shareholders. The MOA is accessible to the public and describes the company's name, physical address of registered office, names of shareholders, and the distribution of shares. In the content of MOA, under Section 18, Clause 1A, the basic requirements for MOA are name of the company and objects of the company. For company limited by share, the liability of the members is unlimited. For company limited by guarantee, the liability of the members is limited and that each member undertakes to contribute to the asset of the company. For the unlimited company, the company proposes to be registered and the division thereof into shares of a fixed amount. Under Section 16, Clause 1, the requirement to lodge the MOA is sent to registrar and the registrar issues certificate of incorporation and then the company acquires legal status for the corporate. Constructive notice as to MOA. A person dealing with a company is deemed to have read the registered documents and considered to have understood them. Example of constructive notice is a legal advertisement in newspaper. A member's right to have copy of MOA, subject to a payment of 5 ringgit or such lesser sum, and then a copy of the MOA must be issued by the company after the date of alteration. The conflict between MOA and AOA is where the MOA can override and overrule any provisions of the AOA which may be at variance with it. Alteration of MOA that can be made are name of the business, conversion unlimited to limited, conversion private to public, conversion of public to private, object clause, share capital, and alteration by the High Court under Section 181. Construction of MOA. The general rule is nothing in the MOA must contradict the provisions of the Act unless a contrary intention is provided by the Act itself. Under Section 33, Clause 1, a statutory contract binding between the company and its members qua members and between the members inter se. Under Object Clause, legal personality of a company for purposes stated in the MOA and validly due in its capacity things are within its object and reasonably entitled thereto and are not prohibited by the law. Legality of object. Forbidden by any law. Defeat any law. Fraudulent. Immoral. Opposed to public policy. A copy of the special resolution altering the object is lodged to registrar after 21 days of passing the special resolution. Effect of alteration takes effect upon lodgement of the special resolution and not upon the passing of the special resolution. The altered object shall only be implemented by the company on or after the effective date and not immediately upon the passing of the special resolution. Doctrine of ultra vires, which can be divided into two: beyond the power and lack of power. Acts which are beyond the capacity, acts carried out in excess or abuse of the powers of the company by its agents, acts in violation or in excess of the AOA. A company contracted to build a railway line. The objects of the company permitted it to manufacture train stock and parts for railways, not to actually construct railway lines themselves. They held the contract was void, and the directors of Ashbury were entitled to repudiate the contract. Effects of ultra vires. In English law, any transaction which is made outside object clause will be void. In Malaysian law, under Section 20, Clause 1, any transaction which is made outside object clause is still valid as long as the parties to the contract is concerned. Under Section 20, Clause 2A, the members of the company have right to take action against the company to restrain the performance of Ultra Vires Act. Under Section 20, Clause 2B, the company or member of the company can take action against the officers of the company who authorize the Ultra Vires transaction. Lastly, under Section 20, Clause 3, the members can claim for the damages, and minister charged with the responsibility for companies may petition to wind up the company which entered into Ultra Vires transaction.